His duties as the Deputy Commissioner General of the South Sudan Revenue Authority. Appointment. The following officials are hereby appointed to their respective positions. 1. Mr. Col Santuareg is hereby appointed as the Private Secretary and Personal Assistant to the President of the Republic. And 2. Mr. Moses Rowayi is hereby appointed as the Deputy Commissioner General of the South Sudan Revenue Authority. The President of the Republic extends his gratitude to the outgoing officials for their dedicated service to the nation and conveys best wishes to the newly appointed officials as they assume their responsibilities. Dated the 8th December 2025, signed Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Now, the government says it is intensifying efforts to increase oil production in order to boost the country's economy. This follows a briefing on oil production by Petroleum Ministry Under Secretary Dr. Chol Dengton to the Vice Dr. James Waniga. Dr. Chol says the meeting focused on strategies to increase oil output and revealed that the ministry will be introducing new technology in the oil fields to enhance production.
We also touched on issues to do with how best South Sudanese nationals who are working in the oil industry, the geoscientists and engineers, could be trained. We touched on the issue of providing and establishing oil training center in the country, where the oil fields, when the currents come to an end. His Excellency the Vice President directed me also to continue my engagement with the current foreign partners, CNPC, Sinopec, ONGC, together with the representative of the government of South Sudan, which is Nile Petroleum Corporation, to work hand in hand and work together with the local. All the needs of the local communities are met, and that the government would continue to work together with partners and facilitate the investment of these countries and provide all the necessary means to attract more companies from China, India, and all the other countries. We also talk on the issue of engaging Ministers of Foreign Affairs to ratify some of the cooperation agreements with countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and the rest. And so the meeting was fruitful, and His Excellency, the Vice President, Prof. Dr. James Waniga, assured me that we will have regular meetings as part of so that our operations in the Ministry of Petroleum.
The SSBDF forces stationed in Ijlich have stressed maintaining their positions and safeguard the oil facilities as fighting between the Sudanese Armed Forces and Rapid Support Forces RSF draws closer to the area. The SSBDF emphasized the importance of maintaining a strong security presence in Ijlich to prevent threats or disruptions that could endanger local communities or undermine the nation's economic interest. The SSBDF continues to maintain the neutrality while ensuring control over key strategic areas crucial for regional stability. The SSBDF Chief Assistant for Mobilization and Disarmament, Lieutenant General Johnson Holon, reiterated that SSBDF forces will not participate in the ongoing conflict but will remain vigilant to prevent any spillover that could threaten South Sudan's sovereignty and vital oil infrastructure.
أنا استقبلنا قوة كان في ليج أسقوة ده كان معنا في بناقوس ونحن سلمنا إمداد كله أصل بتاعه ده أربعهم وسهم قاعد معنا ونحن نريله في معلوم أكو ما يقول لنا سو شكر بنديو لبران وصار فكر مياديت عشان هم لما نفوسهم زي ما مثل بيقولوا شعبين في دولة واحد سو ده ما اعتبروا زي إخوانا ونحن مسؤولين عشان جينا قابلنا وسلمنا معنا ده كله بعد شوية أنا نمشي ليش ونمشي نسلم ليش وبعد كده تعلمنا يبدأ في كده بران ما
The national legislators have been informed about the parliamentary session scheduled for Tuesday, 9 December 2025 at 10 a.m. The notice has been issued by Santino Majak Deng, clerk to the Assembly. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mande Samaya Kumba, and the German Ambassador to South Sudan, Gregory Brejan, have engaged in extensive discussion on strengthening bilateral relations between the two countries. Minister Mande Kumba briefed the German Ambassador on its recent engagements at the African Union, European Union Summit held in the Angolan capital, Rwanda. In a separate development, Minister Mande Samaya Kumba received the Regional Director for East and Southern Africa of the United Nations Population Fund. The meeting focused on key areas of cooperation aligned with mutual priorities. The Ministry of Trade and Industry has called on urgent meeting with a Chamber of Commerce and freight forwarders over pressing concerns regarding illegal charges imposed on trading containers at the port of Mombasa and in Nimule. Minister of Trade Atong Kwalmanyangjuk says the ministry was not aware of these charges and will consult relevant counterparts, including the Ministry of Transport, to ensure such illegal taxes are improved with immediate effect to allow traders to bring goods into the market without unnecessary barriers. Information Minister Teny Wegateny is encouraging the country's musicians to compose songs that promote peace and reconciliation. Teny Weg was addressing an event organized by Luach Ako community in honor of their artist Mayan Kwal Kulang in Juba on Sunday. Meanwhile, Luach Ako community women's sector chairperson Dr. Akur Moinlang Bol expressed his gratitude to all participants who turn up to support the young artist.
Core Plus is in the map of liberation struggle. Core Plus is one of the areas that managed to challenge the division between the SPLM and the SSIM, which was SIM by the time. Without Core Plus, the SPLM would have lost the whole of Upper Nile. Unless we are born only today, we will not be able to know what role and which role the people of Core Plus has contributed in the liberation struggle.
Because they are the masterminds behind this program. So if you are watching me live or you are watching us live, I would like to greet you and also thank you for the hard work and the effort and the thoughts you have put all together to make this day successful. So
the Undersecretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Kennedy Ganiko, has assured the ministry's commitment to strengthening capacity of the doctors and health workers units to provide quality health services to patients in the country. Dr. Kennedy Ganiko was addressing the conclusion of a validation forum for cholera control measures in the country.
that let them know the government, under the leadership of our able President, Salva Kiir Mayardit, and the Minister of Health, we are working day and night to make sure that there is a good health for people of South Sudan. We need to build the capacity among healthcare workers, which is true, and community members, public health, preparedness, and control efforts in endemic areas. So are we prepared as the Republic of South Sudan to respond to all types of outbreaks in the country, or we are not? So the answer, yes, we are. We are prepared. That is why we have this workshop. That is why we are going to have vaccine. We are not going to stop with the vaccine of the cholera. We are going to proceed even to other, also to get vaccine for other diseases in this country.
And I really want to give special thanks to the Ministry of Health and the other ministries for the effort that they have put in bringing this outbreak under control, and also in this 30-day knockout plan. I am very confident, not just hopeful, but confident that the Global Task Force for Cholera Control will support South Sudan to be able to deploy the preventive oral cholera.
We finalize in this exercise will guide again targeted interventions, support future preventive OCB planning, which Dr. Rasu has already highlighted, and strengthen our collective move from reactive response towards sustainable cholera control. UNICEF remains fully committed to supporting the ministry and partners in translating.
Wildlife authorities have agreed on harmonizing tax collection of hotels and other tourism attraction sites to avoid duplication taxes. This comes during a meeting between the Minister of Wildlife, Conservation and Tourism, Dinai Jokchagor, who met with Central Equatorial State Minister of Animal Resources and Tourism, Alex Ilia Latio.
In our discussion, we discussed also how we can protect our tourism, how we can protect our hotels, the investors who are in our city, in our country, in all of our 10 state Class 3 administrative areas. We agree that we have to hit the ground working together. We have to make sure that there is any stumbling block on the way. We understand that there are some associations who are also on the way, who are also collecting taxes from hotels. Those also have to be brought according to what the law says. And far more important, we have to make sure that it respects the law of South Sudan. We don't have any other laws. This is our life.
A delegation from the National Democratic Movement, NDM, led by its chairman, Dr. Lama Kolajawin, has paid a courtesy visit to the SPLM Secretary General, Dr. Paul Kodit, at the SPLM National Secretariat in Juba. The meeting focused on key national issues, including the end of the transitional period and the upcoming dialogue among the parties to the revitalized peace agreement.
A delegation from the National Democratic Movement, led by its chairperson, Dr. Lam Akol Ajawin, paid a contrary visit to the SPLM Secretary General, Dr. Akol Paul Kodit, at the SPLM Secretariat in Juba. The meeting focused on key national issues, including the end of the transitional period and the upcoming dialogue among the parties to the revised peace agreement. Speaking to SSBC, the SPLM First Deputy Secretary General, Kong Daniel, welcomed the visit, describing it as timely and important. He stressed that the call for dialogue is a national, not a personal initiative, marking the beginning of a border aimed at fostering unity and building national consensus.
It is a very important discussion that we had today in continuation of what we have started as a country, especially the parties to the, I think this is the time to recall that we have been talking about dialogue as a country, not parties. All of us are now reaching out to all our partners in RRCs to come, to talk and sit, and then in turn, this is the beginning of a general dialogue for the whole country.
On behalf of the NDM, the party Secretary General Honorable Bol Joseph Agau said the meeting was fruitful, adding that genuine dialogue among political leaders will promote peaceful consistency and harmony among South Sudanese.
It was a very fruitful meeting. We will have a lot of discussion so that the consensus is built by the parties to the agreement. This consensus is very important for the country because the country is experiencing a lot of conflict, and it is the sitting of the political parties of this country, the sitting of the leaders of this country. It is the talking, the dialogue, the conversation by such signatory to the agreement and the leaders of those parties.
Leaders of the African National Congress, Secretary General and Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Honorable Albino Akol Attack, also visited the SPLM Secretariat. Their discussion centered on peace, agreement, and strengthening cooperation among political parties. Fagau Thonkol Long, the ANC Secretary for Political and Inter-Party Relations, urged all South Sudanese and political forces to work together to ensure a peaceful elections. He emphasized that the citizens must have the chance to choose their leaders through democratic means rather than conflicts.
We touch base more on issues of peace implementation and the cooperation of ANC with the SPLM, including the other political parties in the Republic of South Sudan. First, with the issues of RRCs, ANC and the SPLM will work around the clock to make sure the agreement is implemented and the elections are conducted in a time. In 2026, election is a reality.
Reporting for SSBC News, Adiang Anei.
Thank you, Adiang Anei, for that report. Crossing now to Turkeka County, where the chairperson of the Relief and Rehabilitation Commission, Stephen Kwetgach, has officially launched an intensive early warning monitoring system initiative. The initiative aims to strengthen, verify, and sustain the full functionality of early warning mechanisms at the county level, ensuring communities are equipped with tools to respond to potential humanitarian risks.
Today will mark the journey towards the other counties that the able team will go and do the same exercise. Improving data collections, strengthening communications. The Minister of Environment, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, the Health, Education, they are on the way to ensure that South Sudan will build a capacity, training for local personnel, and the development of national roadmap to improve coordinations and to respond across different assets.
Looking way forward to see that national government, our humanitarian organization working within Turkeka, that they should collaborate and to sustain the life of our people. Turkeka in particular has a lot of challenges, as we have heard. We need at least to save the life of this community.
Has been very in focus that as we realized that they have a lot of challenges that our community have been going through, where as a committee we realized there are so many hajat in Turkeka. These hajat have been identified, and I would like to extend this to community, that all these hajat will be a hajat and it will be a disaster where if we are not serious, we realize we'll be having a lot of difficulties in future. This early warning committee are always disseminating messages of early warning to make sure that all community.
Back in Juba City, where the governor of Central Equatorial State, Emmanuel Adil Anthony, and his Western Equatorial State counterpart, James Altep, just have discussed areas of working cooperation between Central Equatoria and Western Equatorial States. In a statement to the media after the discussion in Juba on Monday, Governor Adil says the discussed issues of peace, security, Equatoria. The governor of Western Equatorial State, James Altep, just congratulated Governor Adil on his appointment for the second time as governor of Central Equatorial State.
We are one people. Normally, the father is Equatoria, and we share so many things in common. And we are very thankful. One important thing we discussed in this visit is the need to collaborate and work together for the better of our people. And of course, all of us know that we still face some challenges of peace and security in our areas. We agreed to work together for peace in the Equatorial region between our states, and also appeal to our people to support the government, because peace is delivered when the people and the government work together.
And I assured myself of cooperation between Western Equatoria, Central Equatoria, and we also extended our solidarity towards the whole three Equatoria state. And I am extremely happy to be here, and we wish each other all the success as the Equatoria is hosting the whole South Sudan, and the Equatorial leaders will be paramount to make sure South Sudan.
We now go for a break, and when we come back, we shall cross over to Turalei County in Jonglei State, where thousands have gathered in support of the SPLM for liberating the country and maintaining stability nationwide. Please, do stay with us. Welcome back from that short break. Crossing now to Turalei County in Jonglei State, where thousands have gathered in support of the SPLM for liberating the country and maintaining stability nationwide, displaying a banner endorsing President Salva Kiir Mayardit as the sole SPLM candidate for the 2026 general elections. SSBC's Mathiang Joseph reports.
At Pading headquarters in Turalei County of Jonglei State, a succession of elated crowds yearning for peace and reconciliation gathered to welcome their governor, Dr. Yegai Kok, who is in the area for peace and unity rally. The crowd is not only singing songs of forgiveness but displaying a banner with President Salva Kiir's picture, signifying his leadership and endorsing him as the SPLM candidate in the upcoming 2026 general elections at the conclusion of the transitional period. The community expresses that he remains the leader capable of guiding the country through peace, reconciliation, service delivery, and the rule of law. The communities also presented key demands, including improved road connectivity, enhanced basic services, and access to clean drinking water in the region. Addressing the jubilant crowd, Governor Riek praises the resilience and determination of the people and contributing to the soul of Jonglei State.
The message from our President Salva Kiir Mayardit, who said clearly that he doesn't want to take back the country to war again. So we are here today to bring a message of peace to the entire population of Turalei.
James Bol Makwe, Commissioner of Turalei County, reaffirmed the community's priorities.
A lot of the demand that have put to the table of His Excellency, that issues of hospital, issues of the road, connectivities from Jonglei areas across 9 counties of Jonglei State. They also request the boreholes from different areas in Jonglei State, particularly in Turalei County. These women that you are seeing here, some of them, they are suffering and they are still guinea worm in our area due to lack of clean water.
Governor Riek also announces the launch of the Pede Road project supported by the World Food Programme, which will connect Bor to Ayot and Walgak. The rally concluded with renewed calls for unity, cooperation, and collective responsibility in building a peaceful and prosperous Jonglei state. Reporting for SSBC News, Matiang Joseph.
From Nurol, we now cross over to Nasir County in Upper Nile State, where Governor Jacob Dola Road has called on the communities to refrain from conflicts and focus on embracing peace in the region. From Nasir Town, SSBC's Hafiz Jebel reports.
On his current tour in the counties of Upper Nile State, Governor Jacob Dola Road whips up public support for peace and stable security, fundamental factors in normalizing life and encouraging the return of internal displaced persons and refugees to their home areas. Addressing the public rally in Nasir Town, Governor Dola Road exhorts the people to forgive each other, reconcile to rebuild the state. The governor's visit to Nasir is the first since the government seized control of the region.
Mothers, brothers, fathers, church leaders, without peace in Nasir, without peace in Wulang, there is no peace in Upper Nile. Without peace in Upper Nile, there is no peace in the Republic of South Sudan. And the people of Apadang, and also Chola, they have sent this message to you as the Jikany. They are saying without peace, Upper Nile will not witness a everlasting peace. You must start having peace in your counties, and the peace will come to Upper Nile.
The state advisor on peace and security, Atayeb Ukijajak, calls upon the people in Nasir County to accept and practice peace, reject violence, and work to restore normal life in county.
هنا خلينا ننسى الماضي ونخلي الكلام ده كله ونتكلم عن السلام. عسى السنة ده في ناصر ده، عسى في ناس امتحانوا سنة؟ لا في امتحان، لا في مدرسة، لا في سوق كويس، ملح ما في، سكر ما في، حاجات اسكريم ما في، حاجات كتير ما في. بس حياتنا كلنا نكون قاعدين في الخلا بس. هنا كله لشنو؟ هنا بابنا مفتوح يا اخواننا. الباب بتاع السلام مفتوح. السلام ده الخيار الأول وده الفوق.
The Commissioner of Nasir County, James Gatwich Jok, confirms relative stable security in Nasir. He says the existing peaceful environment is encouraging many displaced persons to return to Nasir Town.
Mean that there is a full cooperation, that's why the civilians are feeling free. The people which are now, they come here, the military people, police, all of them are together and we work together with them. There is no any difference. See, there, no, we are working together and we are assured that the people, we achieve the peace.
The State SPLM Secretary, Gabriel Garshai, underlines the importance of peace and stable security in the region. He encouraged all to prepare the first post-independence elections at the end of the transitional period.
الرسالة بتاع الانتخابات انتوا لو دايرين قياداتكم البديلكم انتوا ناس ماشيين انتخابات 2026 والانتخابات ما بيتم معلم يكون في استقرار يكون في سلام في كل مواقع.
A number of youth leaders in Nasir County expressed the urgent need for restoring peace and ending bloodshed in the region.
نحن مبسوطين جدا جدا زي ما شايفين. نحن اصلا ثاني ما دارين نحارب بتوحدنا مع بعض عشان شنو نحن اصلا شنو موتنا كثير او شوف.
For SSBC News, Mario Sulaiman.
Move to empower women. The government has initiated a program to improve South Sudanese women's small-scale agribusiness as a means of promoting economic inclusion. But Simon Godot reports.
A number of rural women's cooperative groups from Western Equatoria State are drawn into exchange experience on a study tour to poultry and beef product value addition businesses. Explains the rationale of the initiative in fostering